are Geelong, the greatest team of all. We are Geelong, we're always on the ball.
Welcome to the Geelong Impetus Awards, the Youth Awards for Geelong, the second year in their running. And we have with us Peter O'Neill, the Superintendent of Police for Geelong. How are you, Peter?
That's right, and I've been down Geelong now for just on 18 months, and this is my second attendance at this event. I came for the inaugural one last year.
You have an affinity with the person that put this on the map, Jan Farrell.
Yeah, we have got a slight connection there. I'm married to her younger sister.
Okay, has she got the same fire in her belly that Jan has?
They're very similar, I can assure you of that. Rest assured, I've never won a battle yet.
No, I sat next to Jan on council for 4 years and I never won one either. But anyway,
we have fun trying.
Yeah, there's no doubt she's great for the youth of Geelong. What would you say has been the biggest thing that struck you about the youth in Geelong in your time here, Peter?
How the youth carry themselves in Geelong, I tell you now, it's an absolute credit to themselves. There's youth that come from an array of backgrounds, but how they mesh in together, the work they do, and I'll tell you now, the respect they have for each other, it's outstanding, and it's an absolute credit to them. And I keep telling people that tonight is the most important night in Geelong's calendar. I said to see these young fellas, young women, men and women recognised for their efforts, and even those nominated, I couldn't be happier. And I think it's just a credit to the council, it's a credit to the youth, and it's a credit to the community of Geelong. And what's even more pleasing is to see my members at Cryo recognised for their efforts.
Yeah, well,
it's pleasing.
That was a terrific. They got nominated. The Cryo Police Station were nominated by the people of Cryo for the work that they do with their youth, and that must be very pleasing for you, Peter.
That is pleasing. I know the work they do. Others don't, and unfortunately policing often is seen as on the darker side, where I know the good work that they do with in terms of multicultural, with the Koori youth, and with youth from schools and from the underprivileged side of life. They do a lot of work, they do a lot of hard work, and it's great to see an event like this where they get recognised, and that's a credit to them.
Thanks very much, Peter. It's also a credit to yourself, the Superintendent of the Police in Geelong. Well done, mate. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, mate, and it's been a pleasure to be invited.
Good on you, Peter.
Thanks, pal.
The Impetus Awards, the Geelong Youth Awards, which has been running for this is the second year since its inception, and we have with us the winner of the Leadership Award, Chris Blackman. How are you, Chris?
Good. How are you, John?
Very well, thank you. And Chris, first of all, who nominated you for this award?
I got nominated through the school. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just through through a local group. The school found out that we do a lot of stuff for the disability. We run a camp, and we sort of try to get more people, a lot of people who don't have the advantages of living in a city. We get them in from the rural areas. We run a camp and get some Paralympians in, a lot of the disabled kids, so they can have the advantages that they never had of a sport.
It's very good, Chris. Those of you that don't know, Chris is a very talented swimmer himself. He actually trains down at the Geelong Aquatic Centre, and he's had to give it up because he's got a bit of a hip injury, but he will be back, won't you, Chris?
Yes, I will. Be back at the end of the year, hopefully, training hard with Johnny. Good old Johnny. Yep. So hopefully by the end of the year.
So we're looking forward to Chris in years to come to go and swim for Australia in the Paralympics, because there's no doubt he has got the talent to do that. But they tell me, Chris, that you're a good wheelchair athlete as well.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a wheelchair basketball fan. Sometimes on Saturdays on the afternoons we do a bit of a training there. Sometimes I help coach out a bit. I'm meant to be becoming a coach now or something, so I've heard. So hopefully that all goes well.
That's good. How's school going, Chris? What year are you in now?
I'm in Year 12 at the moment.
Year 12?
Yeah, so it's going good. Hoping to finish with a good enough enter score to get into uni.
What would you like to do, Chris?
I'm thinking about going into nursing and studying nursing and psychology here at Deakin.
Oh, that'd be very good. You'd make a good nurse and psychologist or whatever else, Chris, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
You'll be right, mate. One thing Chris does do is work very, very hard, so I'm sure that he will place his footprint on Geelong in the years to come. Well done, Chris. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, John.
Good on you, mate.
See ya.
See
Thanks.
The second annual Impetus Youth Awards, and we have the lady that's actually head of the Impetus Youth Awards in Jan Farrell. She was the person who got this off the ground. How are you, Jan?
We're well. We're having a fantastic night. We had 92 nominations and the place is jumping.
It certainly is jumping. I just interviewed your brother-in-law, Peter, and I asked him the question, is his wife, your sister, is she as feisty as you? And his answer was, he has never won an argument. And I said, I've been on council with Jan for nearly 5 years and I've never won one either, so I know how he feels. What do you think about that, Jan?
He's lying.
Once again. Now, look, this is a great initiative, Jan, you know, and all congratulations should go to you and the team. It really does lift the youth of Geelong to the place they should be.
It's fabulous to have them all here tonight. As you said in your speech tonight, there's so many smiley faces. Some of these kids, this might be the only interaction they ever have with local government, and so to be invited here tonight and be acknowledged is really special.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. It's doubled from last year, the nominations, Jan?
Yeah, last year we had 55, this year 92. We've outgrown, we think, City Hall tonight, and so next year we'll be looking for a larger venue to run a larger event. So when we're doing that budget stuff, we might need a hand.
Oh, I reckon the arena would probably hold enough. We could probably get them out there. But in all sincerity, I know a couple of the children or a couple of the youth here tonight that won awards. Young Chris Blackman, who won the Citizenship Award, the Leadership Award. I've had a bit to do with Chris.
Yeah, look, it's really hard. When we were going through the nominations, there were times when I was putting nominations on a pile and going, you don't cut it to win an award. If we had the funds, I'd love to give them all an award, or every single 90 of the 92. They're just amazing.
The reality to it is the nomination is the award, isn't it, really?
Absolutely, and that's why we acknowledge every one of them by coming up, giving them a certificate, and in the room it's really important that they're acknowledged.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. They're with their peers, and you know, they are fine young people. I see there's quite a few from the disability group.
There have been nominations from right across the board this year. We've had nominations from teachers, from parents, from friends, from youth workers, and it's just been incredible, the diversity of the nominations and the diversity of the young people that are in here tonight.
The little girl that won the Image Award, what a fantastic young lady. She gave a very emotional speech, and she was a credit to her family and herself.
Yeah, look, a lot of these young people, they find it really difficult to stand in front of a microphone, but once they're up there, it's really special, and it's something that they'll always remember. Yeah,
there's no doubt it's something that we'll always remember too, Jan. The nomination that surprised me more than any, and it shouldn't have, obviously, was the nomination of the Corio Police for the work that they do with the youth. We all know what they do, but it's the community of Corio nominated them for that award.
Yeah, young people in Corio, together with a youth worker, nominated them. They do some incredible work out there, as do a lot of the police that work with the young people in Geelong. We've got youth resource officers stationed in the Geelong station and in Corio station, and they do a fabulous job in supporting them, encouraging them and acknowledging the work that they do.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's no doubt about that. I noticed when they come up to get their certificate, there was a big cheer, but I burst their balloon when they got up there and said everyone was clapping for the little girl that was following them up. So we just had to put them back where they needed to be.
I think they were pretty chuffed at being nominated tonight.
They were fantastic. Look, Jan, I'd just like to congratulate you on what you've done and what your team's done. Something that started out so small, I'm sure will grow into something that's massively big in Geelong. It's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you. The job now is to have these replicated across the 79 councils across Victoria.
Yeah, that's right. Good on you, Jan. Well done.